Do it live.
Do it live.
We'll do it live.
I don't remember how to do this. How do we do this?
Anyway, podcast back for another episode. Oh, is that Ghislaine Maxwell in trouble? Frankie C.
Oh boy, good.
It's a day we've been waiting for. The day that POS gets her comeuppance.
She's already in jail. What more? What is she? Is she under the jail now?
Big story. We'll share momentarily. Target and Chick-fil-A seem to be the next target of crazy conservatives.
Ugh.
We've got a book coming out, Frankie. See, this is very exciting.
Do we? I don't know what you're talking about.
One of us associated with this podcast wrote a book. We'll share who.
Right. One of us is an adult in the room.
And we'll give you all the details. And we have some fun, exciting little perks to go along with that. So that's cool. Danny Masterson was convicted in his retrial. Al Pacino's expecting another kid.
Hoo-ha.
Uncle GloryHole had a big accident.
Uh-oh.
The Succession finale and the shirt that's gone out of control from that show.
The shirt.
And we have a spoiler from Just Like That, the Sex and the City spinoff.
Sounds like a podcast.
It does sound like a podcast. Take a look around. What you've got here is a podcast.
I was wondering what this was.
I am completely and totally and utterly in love with this Ghislaine Maxwell story. I feel like this is one, and hopefully will be a series of stories where she gets what she's got coming to her. And I just love every part of this. So Ghislaine's in jail. Obviously, massive piece of garbage.
Right.
And so she's worked out a deal with somebody in the cafeteria over there at the prison, which people tend to do. People tend to make some deals, some side deals, some hustles.
Right.
And so she worked out a deal with somebody over in the cafeteria that, because she's a vegetarian.
She's a vegetarian. Okay.
Yeah. The only way you can make a sex trafficking pimp pedophile worse is by them being a vegetarian.
So she cares about the animals.
Yeah.
But not human being children. Got it.
Underage children, no problem. Meat, can't do it.
Hey, that's the line.
Yeah.
Cross that line.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's a strict vegan. She had an arrangement with a kitchen worker who would steal extra fruit, vegetables, and tofu for her. She was trading these items for credits in the commissary where she
doesn't have credits. Doesn't she have millions of dollars? She can't load up her commissary.
It's a great question. And I think the takeaway from your point here is when you're just a shit, you're just a shit.
You just do shitty things.
Yeah. Could she just get more money and load it up? Yeah, probably.
Probably.
But I don't think, but she's a conniving lunatic,
Right. She's
also
one of them tricksters.
Do they put Cuddles? Not that she knows anybody who's been in prison. Do they put a limit on how much you can put on a commissary? Yes, that's what I thought. So they do limit what you can.
Why is Cuddles the prison expert?
Right. Yeah. None of your business, Frank. Okay. We all got pasts and.
Don't know why I asked. Apologize. I retract the question.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's harder in federal prison. So anyway, so she's got this hustle to get more commissary points, and she's getting more. With that, she's getting more snacks. And
I have another question.
Yeah.
How can you trade commissary points? If there's this weird strict limit, how are they transferable? If you and I are in prison, how are you able to give me commissary points?
I'm guessing you, I don't know, get somebody else's card, or you just say, hey, 20 commissary points, and then they go spend the 20 things and they give you the snacks, the junk food, or whatever. You buy me more candy, and they go buy it, and they trade you for the extra fruit that you're getting.
I don't know how.
So it's the fruit. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways you could do it, but it's the fruit side hustle. It's the veggies. It's the extra food that she's hustling. That's giving her the ability to go out and get all this stuff. Okay.
Okay.
So where's the bad part?
Right, huh?
2 prisoners find out that she's doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and they try and hustle the commissary points from her.
Ah.
And they write her a letter, mistake. They write her a letter being like, you're going to give us, we want in. Again, when anybody has a good thing going, these are prisoners. They're like, you got a good thing going. We want to get in on it. So they write her a letter saying, you're going to give us some of your commissary points, blah, 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 so on and so forth. She takes that letter and takes it to the warden and snitches on these 2 prisoners.
Yep. That's
These 2 prisoners are part of Las Cubanas.
Okay, that's something.
Which, according to those in the know, have a bad reputation. I guess some people would call them a gang. Not me, Frank. I wouldn't generalize them that way.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I refuse to comment.
I mean, until I really come across one of them, they sound like fine, upstanding individuals to me.
Yeah, knowing very little, I don't know anything about them, so don't know what you're talking about.
Right, because if I don't know about you, but I didn't have a chance to Google much before the program, and I don't know if they're just in Florida or everywhere. So.
Yeah, who knows? Could be anything.
So I have no problem with Las Cubanas.
Yeah, hey, what do I know about them?
But supposedly they are rough people, bad reputations, according to people I know.
So they're obviously the first people you want to cross.
So she rats on them, and the 2 of them get 47 days. 47 days in, I think they call it SHU, which is not exactly solitary confinement.
Yeah. That's the shoe. Well, if you've ever watched, have you watched Orange is the New Black?
They call it the shoe, don't they?
The shoe. It's well, in that show, it's solitary confinement, but it's like you're in one room and the light is just on 24/7, and you don't know what time it is. You don't know how long the day is. You're just there, until they bring you out of it.
And you get 1 hour out. That's it. All your meals are in there. You get 1 hour out. It's a tiny room. Yes.
Right.
So not a great thing. Same room, by the way, that Ghislaine went into, I think, for like 2 days after she gave that interview a couple of months back. Remember when she did that 60 Minutes Australia interview or wherever it was? I forget. Mm-hmm. But anyway, she got thrown into that thing as well. So she ratted on those 2. They spend 47 days in the shoe. They are now out.
Oh.
And she is panicking because
I would imagine so.
She thinks that they're coming after her. Now,
I can't imagine why, though.
Yeah. What's upsetting about this is that I guess the prison has to do what they can, but let me talk to the prison people for a moment here. Give it the old college try. You don't have to really try that hard, but what they're doing is they're trying to keep them separate. So she's got a job in the library and she's being escorted to and from her library position so that nobody beats the bejesus out of her.
Right.
On the, while they're not looking,
right.
Because she deserves it.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
If you're the one, let's say you're the one escorting Ghislaine Maxwell to and from the library, are you 100% on your job?
No, I'd be on my phone texting.
Yeah. What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be pulling one of these when you just pat your pocket. Wait, I got it. Hold on. I got it. I don't know where my cigarettes are.
Right.
Yeah. She said she's fearing the old bar soap and the socks beating. They always try and sneak in razor blades in there and all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of trouble. But that's what you get for being a rat in prison.
That's what happens. Not only are you in prison for some shitty, fucked up stuff, but now you're a giant rat to the people around you that you're living with. You're literally locked in a place with these people.
Yeah.
And you gotta face them. 47, it's over. They're out, and now I'm sure they're not happy about spending 47 days in the shoe.
Yeah.
Not good.
SHU, by the way, stands for Special Housing Unit.
Yeah, very special.
And
Special
you're right.
as in fucked up.
47 days just thinking about what they're going to do to rearrange her fucking face when they get out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be upset. I'd be pissed.
I mean, 47 just in one small room. From what I mean, I'm getting all my knowledge of the SHU from Orange is the New Black. And it's just a small room, I don't know, 8x8, whatever it is, with a bed and a toilet.
You know what's weird? I feel superior to you because I have all my prison knowledge from Oz. And I feel like that's a little bit more realistic. But I should.
Well, I've never seen Oz, but at least mine is a woman's prison.
True, which could be a little bit more accurate in this particular instance. Right.
So I don't know. I mean, from what I understand, it's just a long hallway and different rooms. And you're just locked in this room. You don't even have, there's no bars. It's just it's a door with a little window like this. And it's just a fluorescent light on. And you're just there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, in Orange is the New Black, I don't think they got out for an hour, from what I understand. So,
yeah, well, that's brutal.
Yeah, but I don't know if anybody spent 47 days in there. But there were a bunch of characters that were in there for a while. So.
That makes you. Let me tell you something. You know what the craziest part about it all is? That friggin' lighting. That lighting will drive you nuts.
Drive you insane. That freaking lighting. I mean, I'd like to think, I'm in a room. I'll just sleep. I'll just relax. I'll just do nothing. But I'm sure after a little while, you just start to be like, dude, I gotta get the hell out of this room.
And I'll tell you what else too. I bet you it's one of those lights that's like,
yeah.
It's got that little
just that hum noise. Will Thompson, small room, just a sheet, and that's it. Before in the chat, Will Thompson said, let's see, he said he was in jail. Okay. Speaking for someone who has been in prison, in most prisons, you can only spend so much money at a time. Talking about the commissary.
Yeah, well, they were trying to jack her 360. According to the article in the Daily Mail, she had a limit of $360. And they were trying to take all of it. But I mean, here's the thing that you forget, or that she's forgetting. She's breaking the rules too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're breaking the rules, and then you go and rat on somebody else for trying to break the rules. And that, I mean, you deserve everything that you get. I mean, what do you think is going to happen to you? And I'm surprised that she didn't get punished for this.
Maybe she did. We just didn't hear about it. But yeah, if she's breaking the rules by finagling commissary points from other people, I mean, is that allowed? Is that part of the, like, you can trade, like how people, like in old movies, they use cigarettes and
yeah,
is that allowed? Is that like an understood unwritten rule of prison? They were like,
I don't think so.
If you're in charge of the prison, or if you're like a warden or a guard, you understand that kind of thing happens and people trade stuff, and it's like not a business, but just the way of life.
I think the worst part of that, honestly, that's bad. But I think the worst part of it is her hustling the extra stuff from the cafeteria. Because, I mean, what else are you smuggling around? What else are you getting stuck to you?
Yeah, smuggling things in is one thing. I think just getting extra stuff that's already there is a different thing. But yeah, it's both against the rules, I'm sure. I'm sure both of them are frowned upon. But like, if you're getting stuff, let's say you get 50 of something and I get 50 of something. If I take 10 of your things and now you only get 40 and I get 60, is that allowed, or is that like against the prison rules? As long as 60 and 40 are, as long as 100 things are out.
But like I said,
who it goes to.
If we make a deal, if I give you something and I say it's 20 points or whatever, $20 in the commissary, you go and I say, go get me a couple of sprees and some, Rice Krispie treats, and you go get, like, sprees. How are they going to know? How are they going to know?
Sprees. What's a sprees?
I don't know. I just the first thing that came to my mind. I don't know.
Will Thompson, she told first, so she pretty much has immunity. Okay. Yeah, I guess if you're the rat, you get immunity from the warden and so on, but it's not looking good for you with the fellow prisoners, I'm sure.
Yeah. I gotta tell you something.
You gotta weigh that out.
I hope they don't kill her. I hope they just beat the piss out of her. And
Just
here's the
make her
thing.
life miserable.
She's in a low security prison. She's not like in a major, like high security
Yeah,
prison.
she's not in
low,
Shawshank.
right. She's in a low security prison. So, I mean, but I would think that you would have somebody decent enough in there to rough her up a little bit, show her what's what.
Oh, I'm sure there's people in there that that are part of whatever that are affiliated with other. I don't want to say gang, but I want to say friends. People have friends that are just rough people that are not there for tax evasion. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but the thing is too is like no matter what the prison, you just don't snitch. Like I mean that's
I feel like rule number one. Because if you snitch, you're gonna get fucked up.
You're gonna get fucked up.
People will, especially prisoners. You got to account. I know you want to play with the rules and you want to make friends and you want to be, good behavior. Probably she's probably going towards the good behavior part. Hey, if you help out the warden and the security and everything, they'll probably put you down for good behavior. But you got to also account for your life behind bars, the people that you're literally living with and sleeping next to.
Right.
You got to realize, you got to make sure that they're not gunning for you.
You got to form an alliance. You got to get a partner in there.
Okay, so Will Thompson, believe it or not, guys, low security prisons are actually more dangerous than maximum security prisons because you have more freedom to walk around. That makes sense. I guess so.
Will, you're just making my day right now.
Will knows the deal.
You're giving me hope for a beat. I just would love to see her get a brutal.
Gonna get her ass handed to her.
Yeah. And you know what, too? I hope it doesn't happen for another 3 months. I hope
she's always like this.
Yes, just the threat of it is always looming over her. That's what she deserves for all of this.
Yeah, because once it's over, probably, right?
Yeah, we haven't really talked about this much, but the thing that's burned my ass this entire time we've been talking about her and Epstein and everything else.
This high? No, sorry. It's a bad joke.
No, it's good. Ever since she was convicted and put in prison, I always felt like we never got that moment of remorse. Like she did that interview.
Yeah, because she still maintains her innocence, doesn't she?
Yeah, and there was never that moment of I made a terrible error here.
Yeah, because she's still not admitting to what she did. She's still claiming that she had no part in it. So, I feel like once. If she caves, who knows what her again, I guess she's probably going for the good behavior thing, being on the sides of the people that could potentially let her out a little early. Who knows? How do you imagine being on the parole hearing, parole board for that?
I would love it.
Yeah, no, denied.
Yeah, just let her walk and be like, hey, we've ruled on this. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'd let her go through a whole spiel. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
You know what? There's a great instance of that in Casino. Remember in Casino where he goes for his license hearing and he's about to start talking and like, oh, we're ready to rule on this matter. Yeah.
Yeah. No. No good.
Yeah, and he fucking loses it.
You promised me a hearing. Better be popping a bar.
Was I at that dinner? At least tell me I was at that dinner. At least
tell
give
me
me
I wasn't at that fucking dinner. Tell me I was there. Tell me I was there.
Yeah. What a great movie.
All right.
God damn. Fucking, what's his name? Marty Scorsese. Yeah, De Niro, but Scorsese. Still, I'll tell you what, Scorsese's got a new movie out with De Niro and DiCaprio. Because he's done
to happen.
He's done 10 movies with each, but they've never done a movie together. They've done a movie together, but not a movie. The three of them have never done a movie together.
Right.
They had a 20-minute applause break at Cannes and everything, and this whole thing. But I'll tell you what, Marty, looking old, man.
Well, he's an old guy. He's not young.
He's looking old.
But there was a recent report about him. Did you hear this?
No.
This is from Variety.com. Martin Scorsese meets.
You know what I like
Pope
about
Francis.
them, Frank? They don't always do the same thing.
Well, you get a mishmash. You get a nice potpourri.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese meets with Pope Francis, announces film about Jesus. So his next, I don't know if it's his next film, but Scorsese is planning a film about Jesus.
Did he already do a film about Jesus with Willem Dafoe?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been following the Scorsese.
I'm pretty sure it was early Scorsese.
I don't know.
All right, well,
but we got another one coming.
Yeah, you know what? We can never get enough movies about Jesus. That's a well you could always go to.
Once every couple of years. There's a few wells you can go. You get mob movies, you get time travel movies, you get dinosaur movies.
People switching bodies.
Body switching movies.
Yeah. The Last Temptation of Christ was him.
Was that him?
Yeah. 88. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, there you go.
75% of people like that movie. Okay. 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. I thought it was a shitty movie, but I guess it was a good one.
Never saw it.
Yeah.
But yeah, another one, Jesus movie coming up.
Way to go, Jesus.
Yeah. Target and Chick-fil-A.
Target and Chick-fil-A.
See, here's my problem. Here's one of the many problems I have with Chick-fil-A.
No burgers?
I understand. No. I understand, filet is not, I get it. Filet is the way you spell filet. But I would respect Fil-A more if that meant anything. Okay, Fil-A. That's not a clever way of writing something. That just doesn't mean anything. If it meant something, you know what I mean? Like if you're just saying filet differently. You're just spelling filet differently.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything for me. Oh, plus the anti-gay stuff.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, there's that big matzo ball hanging out there.
Surprisingly not good enough though. Like you think about them donating to all those anti-gay, initiatives would be enough to keep the conservatives on their side.
Yeah, no. You got to go full conservative in order to please the conservatives.
Yeah, they're clearly not. And it's funny. I saw this happening because I don't know. I don't know if it's TikTok or Twitter. Twitter, by the way, I have noticed the difference with Elon there. I mean, Twitter is wide open now. Like I used to only see certain amount of things on Twitter. That algorithm has been opened up so wide now. I'm enjoying it more.
I hate it because there's people every time I write ignore this and show fewer tweets from this person, I still get them. All the time. It's nonstop. They don't go away.
Yeah, I will say there's one thing about it is I'm seeing a lot more people in my feed now that I've never seen before and I
don't want to. I always pick there's people that I just show fewer tweets from this person. I pick it all the time and it never seems to do anything. I always see their tweets and I'm like, I don't want to see these.
Is it Bill O'Reilly?
No, it's Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's these assholes that just fucking spreading bullshit. And I'm like, I don't want to see this.
They're giving that to you for a reason. You need to see a little bit of the other side.
I need to see a little bit of the other side, but not the lunatics, not the wackadoos.
Not Marjorie Taylor. Oh, speaking of lunatics and wackadoos, hold on. Jay Saps is here. Let me get her on there.
Our resident lunatic wackadoo.
Oh, whoops.
Our wackadoo expert.
What's up, Jay Sabs?
Not much. How about you?
Good. I'm glad, Janine. I'm glad you're here. I was going to start with Chick-fil-A, but let's go back over to Target because this kind of happened while we were on Memorial Day break.
What happened?
But Target, it was $9 billion on Friday. It's now $12 billion in market value that Target has lost, and that's all because I don't even know where this even started, but somebody made a video of the Target Pride section and it just exploded amongst the conservatives.
What the fuck is wrong? Just don't
and all right, well, let me finish.
I will not let you finish.
And, I think the main crux of it was the LGBTQ children clothing was the big issue with it. But then And as is the case, I'll tell you, you know what the big problem with TikTok is? It is extraordinarily copycat. You know, like, because like when Facebook and Twitter, it's so easy to share and retweet, but TikTok's repost thing didn't really come in until later on in the game, and most people don't even know that you could even do it or how it works.
I had no idea until the other day.
Yeah, and so what TikTok has kind of created with even the stitches and all that shit, but what TikTok has kind of created is something becomes a thing, whether it's a joke or a serious thing, and then everybody else just recreates it. You know, so you can't. So after this one video went viral, then all the other conservative people went to Target and made basically the same video, which just magnifies the virality by 1,000. You know, and they were all pointing out like the crazy stuff. Like I saw one person, I forget what the item was, but it was like, this is ridiculous. They're trying to, you know, what do they groom your toddler into being trans? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's just for same-sex couples that have a kid that want to see their kid with like a baby, like a rainbow pacifier.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Exactly. Who gives, you know?
I think here's what I read is that someone, okay, if you really want to get into it, the tucking underwear.
Yeah, okay, that's my other thing. Go ahead.
Tucking / extra padded bottoms.
Yeah.
Somebody said that they saw them in the toddler size. And that's where it blew up.
Oh, and that's what blew it all up.
And that's what made them go, what are they trying to do to our kids? And it was like,
well, is that for real? Is that confirmed, or someone said that they saw it?
Well, I think someone just said that they saw it. I don't think it was actually confirmed or not. I don't know. But that's where that's why they were getting pissed off at the tucking padded thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, and okay. Well, can we start here on that? I don't understand the tucking. That was like tuck protection or something. Like, well, I don't listen to me. And let me give you all a background of where I'm coming from. I'm still not buying this wick away the moisture bullshit. Okay,
I'm still not. I'm with you with that. Yeah,
I'm not there yet. Like, do you buy these clothes? It's an extra $90 because it wicks away the moisture. I'm like sitting here in a pool of my sweat.
Exactly.
I don't
my
know
shirt is just as soaked as anybody else's.
They create this material that magically pulls the sweat out, and I'm not buying that. So that's just what I'm very skeptical when it comes to clothing technology to begin with.
I don't blame you. I have plenty of shirts that say they wick away moisture.
Yeah.
I sweat my ass off. One part of the shirt is darker than the rest of it, and I'm like, where is it wicking away anything?
I ain't wicking away shit.
Wicking away bullshit. Yeah.
And also, I don't even know if wicking away is what we want to be doing. Like, absorbing the sweat seems better than just letting it stay on your body.
Gross, right.
If it wicks it off me, if I'm walking around and someone else gets hit with my sweat because my shirt wicks it away.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. I don't want.
Pardon me, I didn't spit on you. That is my shirt wicking away my moisture.
Yeah, it says it wicks it away. I don't know what to tell you. That's just part of the shirt.
And they invented a new word. He wicked the ball from center field. Like, I don't understand.
Wicking is a thing. You wick things. Things get wicked.
Since when? When did we start
Since
wicking?
John Wick. That's when.
Is that who it's named after?
It's named after John Wick. He wicks away the bad guys, and so we're wicking away the moisture.
Oh,
just seems crazy to me. Anyway, so now they've created these crotch areas where they can. What does it do? It helps you tuck the package better. I don't understand how it works.
Well, then some were saying it's also it was women's bathing suit bottoms, like part of a bikini, but also the other thing I heard that it's for women with large labia. LL, okay?
LL?
It's for LL Cool J?
Right.
Okay.
A condition known as LL.
Okay, so it helps hide what's going on down there. I got you. And
let me tell you something.
You want to wear that?
Most dudes I talk to, you don't want to hide that. You want to accentuate that.
Ew.
depending on where you're going. If you're going to a wedding, maybe you want to hide that. If you're going to
No,
out to pick up
most
someone,
guys I talk to, and you know me, I'm not going to name names, but most guys and Janine's brother, most of them prefer.
And
listen,
also another side too is that the gay community does not really like when these companies do this in June.
so then they shouldn't. Then they don't buy it, and then it goes away.
In June? Is it because they want a better
it's Pride
month?
Month, so they feel like it's annoying. They think it's annoying.
patronizing. Yeah.
That's every. Whenever there's anything. Whenever it's Thanksgiving, they're gonna sell Thanksgiving clothes. Whenever it's Halloween, whenever it's Italian, anything having to do with Italian people, they're gonna sell Italian style. It's whenever is Valentine's Day, they're gonna sell heart covered things. It's just that's the part of.
Well, stop it. Valentine's Day, we've got to put a stop to. It's enough
Okay.
already.
I'm not. I think that it's. I don't know. Some people, if you don't like it, you're not. If Target missed the ball on this one, and
missed the ball, they did miss the ball.
Good one, Frank.
I didn't. Okay, no pun intended.
Miss the ball or tuck the ball? What do you mean?
Target tucked the ball on this one, then they won't. This is the first time they've I guess done this, so then nobody will buy it, and they won't do it again.
Well, I'll tell you where Target fucked up. Is they immediately pulled everything, and because now we've now I mean you can call me a lib and a pussy. I can tell Janine's loading one.
Hold on, go ahead and get in the microphone, you pussy.
But fucking Bud Light has now created a culture where we have bigots and out of control fucking people that swayed a massive company into kowtowing to them. And what did Target do? They fucking pissed their, crotch minimalizing panties as soon as this came up, and they yanked everything off the shelf. So now what message are you sending? You're sending the complete opposite message of why you were putting out Pride items to begin with.
Right. I think there's room for Pride items. If nobody wants to buy them, nobody buys them. But if people buy them, like I'm sure there's some market and some need for whatever type of clothing they're selling. If it's this tucking stuff, then I'm sure they. I don't know, but I have to imagine that they did some kind of research and said, well, there are people that they wish they had some kind of clothes that felt better for them, that they're doing this.
The thing is, I really don't know if it was for that, though. I really don't. Because somebody said it was for LL, larger labia. So.
Okay. Well, whatever the case may be.
I mean.
Let's say if it's if it's for LL, then if people are buying them for that, great. If not, then just don't buy them. I don't understand this hate for it.
I'm surprised to hear this, because last time you and I talked about labia, you told me you wanted it to look like a Cat's Deli sandwich where it's all just pouring out of the side.
It's just pastrami on rye kind of thing.
I also have to go back to our conversation on Sunday.
Oh, please don't. Frank was using a lot of racial slurs on Saturday.
I know.
Hey,
but
that was
because you said I don't understand how guys can tuck.
You said, not me.
Can I wait? Can I?
Frank's like I tuck every night. I don't know what you're talking about.
I do the Silence of the Lambs thing at least once a week.
I feel like I need to explain myself before you finish, but you go ahead. I'll explain myself after.
And or you said, did you? Who'd you ask? Do you do that, or have you ever done that? You said that, right?
What I said was, okay, when you have male parts.
To put it down that way, it hurts.
You can go right, you can go left, you can go up in the underwear situation. The most uncomfortable is straight down.
Wait, I have to interject here.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that men put their penis down when they put their underwear on.
So that's kind of why I brought it up, because I don't really talk to men about this often. But for me personally, it is the most uncomfortable position. I'm always moving to the right or the left when I'm adjusting. or up. It just when it's down and just like on top of the balls, it's just uncomfortable. So to me, if you're going to do a full time, if you're going to force that position even more, I can't imagine that being a comfortable situation whatsoever.
Well,
for me
if
personally.
if that's the case, then if these underwear make it more comfortable, then why not?
I don't understand how, but here's the thing.
I don't understand how either. But if it works and if it's helping keep everything in place, and that's the goal, then what's the problem?
There's no problem. There is no problem. In fact, it's the exact opposite. If you're tucking, I feel you got to really want it, because that's like the most uncomfortable. It's like when you go out somewhere and you're holding in a shit the whole night because you're like, I want to go see this, concert or whatever. When you're holding in you got to really want it. You got to really want to be there.
It's dedication. It's
dedication.
I give it to anybody who tucks. That's major dedication. I don't know how you doing it, but if you're doing it, God bless. It's not. I can't imagine it being very comfortable. But again, if this underwear or garment, whatever they're selling at Target, helps you, wonderful. I think that's a great thing. That's a positive. No?
I mean, let me go back to this for a second. You tell me, Frank. I've been in social situations where I've unraveled into a tuck and have had to pretend like I have to go to the bathroom so I could go in and readjust the situation. That's how uncomfortable I am with it going straight down.
There's always not always, but there's situations certainly where you have to readjust, and it's sometimes you run into a situation where you can't readjust in front of people. It's just too much of a procedure, so you have to head to the restroom or whatever you got to do. I get that, but apparently there's a way. I'm sure it's just a way we haven't figured out, you or I, that you can do it and go through your night and be somewhat comfortable, at least enough to make it through the night.
I honestly, as I sit here, have no idea how people wear boxers, because there's
really
just not enough control in the situation.
Well, I'm out there and I'm loving every minute of it.
I mean, I'm a boxer brief guy. It's a combination of the both. It still gives me a little support, gives me a little direction to turn.
Boxer briefs are just briefs with longer legs.
True.
It's the same thing. It's briefs. It doesn't. A boxer is basically just another layer of pants that stop.
I don't know how people wear boxers.
I don't know how people wear boxers.
Oh, it's way better because you're not confined. Like if you're wearing briefs, you're pretty much dedicated. However you leave the house, you're dedicated to that position for a while.
No, see, I feel like it just flops about like a fucking
if you're in
like a horse with a passed out jockey on it.
Then you're wearing loose briefs, because boxers are the most freeing.
Oh.
Other than wearing no underwear, boxers are just. It's like you're wearing just another. Like it's like your pants have just another thin layer.
No. Boxers are like going on a roller coaster with a bungee cord instead of a.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
You're just flopping around everywhere.
That's what you're saying. You're saying that the briefs do that.
No.
The briefs, flop it around.
The briefs give you a little comfort. They hold you, cuddle you in a little bit.
No, because you're again with briefs. You're locked in. You're held in, but you're held into a specific area, and it's harder to adjust and it's harder to move about your day. With boxers, you're a little more free, a little more loose, and it's a little easier to maneuver and manipulate.
No,
without having to excuse yourself to go to the restroom.
Glenn B, I can't handle my junk stuck to my leg. Yeah, I mean,
we're talking spatula territory now.
Yeah, that I would say that's the second most uncomfortable from it just being pointed straight down.
See, I disagree. I enjoy that, because then once it comes undone, that's heaven.
Once what comes undone?
Once it's not stuck to your leg, it's like
Oh yeah, it's a relief. No, I go into a full-on panic if I find it going into the wrong position. I'm not comfortable.
You go to the bathroom to fix it?
Go into the bathroom to fix it big time. If I can't fix it in public. Last time I fixed it in public, it was Frank's grandmother's eulogy I was giving, and everybody just gave me such a dirty look.
See, and I told you that day, wear boxers because you won't have to excuse yourself and go to
Oh,
the
boxers are so
restroom.
annoying.
That's
do you
not.
know?
Listen to me.
I
That's
just
not
can't
how.
imagine.
That's not how your grandmother remembered me, and that's not how I was going to present myself on.
Listen, I've got stories from my grandmother that I don't know if you'd want shared here, but
Ooh.
I'm telling you, boxers, you're just a little more. Imagine wearing sweatpants with no underwear. That's what boxers feels like. You're in the breeze. You're free.
It's too
and
free.
everything's good.
We have to deal with a lot. Women have no idea how hard it
What?
is to be a man.
Whoa. This is not coming from me. This is from this way. I have nothing to do with what he just said.
Trying to wake me up.
I am not in on that.
You're backing up faster than Target to the conservatives right now.
Right.
Nope.
But here's the problem with, and it's the same thing with Bud Light. Bud Light didn't just you got to mow forward.
I fucking love it. Bud Light,
Bud
keep
Light
going,
didn't-
baby.
Bud Light, but they didn't do that. They had that half-assed weird apology where they weren't picking sides.
That wasn't. I mean, yeah, I get it. They weren't picking sides. They should have gone full.
It didn't
This is
work.
what we're doing.
It didn't work because the conservatives were still mad, and then the trans supporting people were like upset that they were backing down. And now you have the same thing here. They pull all this stuff. Now the conservatives see red, like they have some real big influence these days. And now you have all these pride people that are like, "What the fuck?" You get a little tiny fucking display, and then all of a sudden it's just
chaos.
gone.
It's like we can't have one fucking area of clothing. I mean, give us we'll wear the other things and whatever, but you give us one small section of a rainbow on a shirt, and everybody flips the fuck out. It's like just
Actually,
don't buy it if you don't like it.
My daughter took something from that area the other day, and on it said bisexual bandana, and I was like,
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry, start again.
My daughter took something from that section the other day.
Oh, okay.
And the same day we saw that girl's whole ass hanging out. And on it, on the bandana, it said bisexual bandana.
Uh-huh.
And I had no idea what the hell it was.
Okay.
And I'm like, what is, I still don't know what a bisexual bandana is.
Well, I don't think the bandana itself was bisexual.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I did not make the bandana. I've not seen the bandana.
This is upsetting because I've been looking for a bisexual bandana, and now I got to keep looking.
Right. But hey, listen, there are shirts. I don't know about Target. I can't speak, but there are shirts out there that say like "slut" across the chest, and
hey,
what do let LGBTQ community have a section? Who cares? Just don't shop in that section. Why does that get on everybody's nerve? Just don't shop in that section. You go to your section that you like and get what you want. Well, why does what other people do? I never understand. Why does what other people do bother you so much?
Listen,
leave it alone.
I'm for you here. And again, we talked about this ad nauseum, and I know Frank still disagrees with me, but I feel like this is an overcorrection on both sides because you want to teach inclusivity and all this wonderful stuff.
Yes.
But then I feel like the left overcorrected a little and got a little crazy because again, when you're talking about children in school, you can teach this by using caterpillars and butterflies as examples. You don't have to give them the hardcore information, which I feel like
I'm not talking about. Yeah, exactly.
Some people tried to do though, and that's why you have this overcorrection now from the conservatives. But here's how crazy it's gotten. So Chick-fil-A, they have a fucking, and now we're getting into Janine's area because she's destroyed every HR department she's ever come across.
Oh.
But you know that most HR departments, like their whole job is like inclusivity and diversity and all this shit. You look at, you have to legally have an EEO report on every company needs one, an equal opportunity.
A long time.
For the longest time.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
Been a couple decades now.
So some guy, which by the way, Frank, all right, let me do this in order. Some guy on Twitter who I've invited on this show and has accepted and then consequently backed out. Now, he tells me he's going to still come on. Maybe he will. I don't really know. I mean, I have a feeling he looked up and thought otherwise. But benefit of the doubt, give him the benefit of the doubt. This guy on Twitter goes and finds Chick-fil-A's page with all their EEO bullshit on it, right? And it's this whole letter about understanding and mutual respect. I could read you the quote, but it doesn't make a difference. And it's signed by Eric McReynolds, Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And now this guy, Manarino, I forget his name, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he puts this out on Twitter, and it just catches a viral storm and goes absolutely crazy. And now all the people, and now Chick-fil-A has a history of being anti-gay with donating to charities that are not gay friendly, and it catches fire that like, oh, here comes Chick-fil-A, the next woke thing. I mean, we're manufacturing anger again.
Don't understand it.
And this is stuff that we used to get crazy over the left for doing 10 years ago. And now the right is doing it where they're just manufacturing anger. Anyway, this guy, Joe Manarino's got 160 something thousand followers on Twitter. And it just blows up that Chick-fil-A is the next place to go woke, when in reality, and again, I don't know this for sure, but I'm sure this page has been up there since the beginning of time. And even the mere fact that Chick-fil-A has a vice president of I mean, look, it's a bullshit title. We all know that.
Yeah, listen, if it's
the mere fact that they even have that, people are mad that they have a person like this in their corporate structure.
Because I feel like the far right wants to bring it back to the 50s where nothing mattered. We could slap a woman on the ass and it doesn't make a big deal out of it.
Not really.
Well, I'm not saying you. I'm saying like this guy is like, you know, and it's like, well, no, there's got to be rules, equal opportunity. Everybody gets a fair share at what's going on. If there's a job available, everybody has an equal opportunity to be employed there. That's EEO, and that's the point of this thing. And it's what was it? Equity, inclusion, and what was it?
Diversity.
Diversity. What is so triggering and wrong with equality, equity, diversity? That's all good. Those are all good things. So why would you boycott a place that's doing something good for everybody in the community? Plus, like, what was it? Target. Okay. If Target is doing something, has something sexual out, I get that. I understand the people being upset. If there's like curses on the, an F word, or there's, something explicit on a T-shirt or something or whatever, I understand that people might get upset. It's a family store, whatever it is. I understand that. But if it's something like my, mom, I have two moms, whatever it is, a rainbow or something that encourages people to be equal and have, the LGBTQ community. Why is that such a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, but the thing is, a lot of people feel like they take advantage of it. Target takes advantage of. It's like, okay, now we're going to make money off of this now.
Yeah, no, okay. If
that's the most
really
American capitalist thing that you could possibly do.
Okay, but is that the conservatives' problem with it, or is it that it even exists? If the conservatives are like, I have a problem with this because they're making money off of the LGBT community, or is their problem, I have a problem with this because it even exists? Which one is it?
I hate that you say conservatives, because it's not just conservatives. You can't just say one group, because not everybody feels that way.
Well,
you might be right about that,
but
I don't know any of the liberal leaning people that are having issues with some of these things.
Well, all right. So the people all right, fine, I'll give you that. The people who have a problem with it, do most of them say, I have a problem with this because it's taking advantage of the LGBT community?
Oh, wait, hold on 1 minute.
Or is it people saying that this shouldn't be in front of our faces and this shouldn't be in the store?
Well, that's why I wanted to have this guy on, because I wanted to get it from the bull's mouth. Is that an expression? I don't even know.
It is now.
Um,
But if the problem is they're taking advantage of the LGBTQ community, then okay, that's fair.
well, I don't think
wanna
any of
make-
them are getting a cut, to be honest with you. And
right.
if I was
let's say-
LGBTQ, I'd be like, hey, shouldn't 10 cents of every
Yeah, if
rainbow sold here go to me?
yeah, if Target was like, hey, listen, we're donating 5% of the sales to a charity or
that should
whatever.
go on a kick and get distributed out.
But if the problem with it is the fact that it simply exists, then that's a problem. Then I have an issue with you. I'll fight you till I'm blue. I can't stress enough the fact that people who are marginalized and don't get equal rights and don't get the respect that they deserve should have every opportunity that we have, that anybody else has. I don't understand why the term equal rights for everybody makes people so upset. Like, yeah, you might be a gay couple, you might be a family that has 2 moms, 2 dads, whatever the case is. We all get the same rights. That's a fundamental fact of America. So why would you have a problem with, a place that sells something that, you have, there's sections all over the store that sell stuff catered to you. There's, if you like this, you like that, you go everywhere. And Frank, okay, kids, all right. If it's sexualized things, I understand the gripe. I get the, if it's like curses or obscene things on a shirt and that's what you're upset about, fine. But if you're upset about the fact that there's a rainbow on a shirt and your kid sees a rainbow on a shirt, get over it. Grow up. That's the world. That's the world we live in. People are gay. People are bi. People are trans. Move on. Get over it. Okay? That's just the way it is. So if you're worried about your kids seeing a rainbow, then I got news for you. Life's going to be difficult. I don't know what to tell you.
Damn, that's cold.
Frank's
It's
laying
the
it down.
truth.
I also feel like everybody wants to protect our kids. Again, to go back to what I started saying before, which is the thing I've said before, which I've gotten yelled at for, is you can teach young children inclusion and you can do all this stuff with butterflies and caterpillars, right? You can teach them about trans people with butterflies and caterpillars. It's a prime example, right? So you can do that and we don't have to get out of control with these overcorrections. But the problem is that I see now is everybody's like, and I see it in our chat tonight, and I'm not disagreeing, the whole idea to protect our children, I'm totally on board with that. But I feel like it's going to get convoluted like everything else does into an acceptable form of bigotry, meaning the gay pride hockey jerseys. Like one person was like, I'm a Catholic, I don't believe in wearing this shit, and the next thing you know, half the league is not wearing it because it just gets out of control.
Yeah, and that kind of shit is dangerous. I mean, I know you have your beliefs and shit, but
let me just wrap up the point.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay. And my point is it's different to me when we're talking about what's taught in schools versus what you can purchase at a store, right? So if there's tucking clothes for like an 8-year-old, you tell me if I'm crazy. I have less of a problem with that than deciding what a curriculum is for like a first grader, because that is something that is less controllable. Somebody has to walk up to a piece of clothing to take a look at that and decide if they want to buy it or not.
An 8-year-old isn't going up to it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. I'm so sorry.
And you're kind of finishing my point, which is for the 8-year-old or 12-year-old or whatever that needs that or wants it right now, they can go and buy it and it's okay. And for the 8-year-old or 12-year-old that doesn't need or want that, they don't have to buy it. It's not like somebody's in the bathing suit section throwing it in their face going, no, buy these underwears or bathing suits instead. So I'm more comfortable with the display in a Target or even these things being out there for people who want them, like, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. If you have an 8-year-old who's going through something like this, and they're going to feel better about themselves if they're wearing,
but their penis is going to hurt.
I would advise against the penis tucking. But if that's their thing, like Frank's wearing boxers, if that's his thing, it's fine. Doesn't make any sense to me.
And people are always confusing. Like just now, Glenn wrote, 8-year-old cares less about sexual attraction until puberty. Fact. This is not about sexual attraction. This is, everybody confuses the gender identity with sex, and that's not what it's about. So someone's sexual gender identity is how they feel on the inside. So if a boy feels like a girl, if a girl feels like a boy, that's what they're going through on the inside. Sexual attraction is how they feel towards someone else. That's a different topic. So that's why there are trans people. Trans is a different subject. You can't, just because someone is trans, that's not a sexual conversation. We're not talking about sex. We're talking about gender identity. It's a different story. So if you were saying, if a kid or someone is feeling that they're, let's say they're a boy who feels like they're not, that they don't feel the right way, and they're happier dressing as a girl, that's between them, their parents, and their doctor, and that's nothing to do with you. That is none of your business. If they want to wear, if the kid wants to wear a dress, and the parents are talking. Hang on.
You're telling me Tucker Carlson doesn't have a say in all this?
Tucker Carlson does not get a vote unless he's in on the discussion and he wants to. It's none of my business either. It's not. It has nothing to do with me.
What if it's Tucker Carlson's kid?
So if Tucker Carlson's kid is going through that, and Tucker Carlson sits his kid down and goes and talks with them and goes through the whole thing, and it's not believe me, I can't imagine. I don't know this from experience, but I can't imagine that it's people wake up on a whim and just go, today I want to be a girl. That's what I feel like. That's the argument that people get in their minds. Well, I want to be a girl today, so why can't I dress like a girl?
Well,
where does it stop? That's not what real trans people are going through. Trans people have this feeling in them that they've gone through their whole lives, and it's a struggle inside them, and they talk about it with people. Maybe they don't talk about it with people, but it's a struggle that they go through inside, and sometimes they talk about it with their parents or their guardian, or they talk about it with a doctor, a therapist, whoever they're talking to it through. It's not a whim. It's not, if that's what they're going through, that's between them, the guardian, their parents, and the doctor, and that's it. It has nothing to do with you.
Hold on one. Okay.
You were just about to make a good point, Janine. I was waiting. I think anybody who tucks, we should call the Tuckers, and I can't take credit for that. It was Robin's line, but I like the double entendre because I'm sure if we make that popular enough, it will make Tucker Carlson feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, his name is Tucker, so there's a connection there, I think.
His name is Robert Paulson.
Robert Paulson. Who is that?
From Fight Club.
You know what's weird? Robert Paulson is the actor who played Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. That's why I got confused for a second.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is. That's the answer you give when you just tune out and you go, really? That's crazy.
Could you tell I was reading comments?
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, look at that.
Let me tell you what's most offensive to me, Frank. This, to go back to the Chick-fil-A part, Eric McReynolds, who's the VP of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. That's 3 words that mean the same fucking thing. Okay, I don't give a shit what you try and tell me. These are essentially synonyms. Pick one fucking description and go with it.
They're not synonyms.
You said to me, you're the vice president of equity. Fine. I'm not going to sit there and go, wait a second. Just because we're equal doesn't mean we're inclusive. Is it inclusive too? I'm not going to do that. That's fucking crazy bullshit.
Well, equity means,
pick one and move on. Pick one and fucking go with it.
Equity is you get equal share of the opportunity.
Inclusivity is including everybody. Diversity is making sure you're diverse.
All right.
I get it.
I get that.
Pick
makes sense.
fucking one
I'll
and
give you
go
that.
with it. Yeah.
I'll
I
give
don't
you
need
that.
Eric McReynolds' fucking business card being a goddamn paragraph. All right.
I get that. All right. I got it. But okay. Some people are like, oh, it's displayed in front of kids. Again, if it's sexual in front of kids, then that's no good. I understand that.
Well, I don't know who just said
gripe.
that, but I got news for you. Kids don't give a shit. Okay.
Also,
Only
kids will give
45-year-old conservative Twitter people care.
If it's a rainbow or if it's a fucking, what are you worried about? If it says LGBTQ, fine. There's nothing. That's not a sexual thing. It's a gender identity, and it's different. Everybody thinks gay or trans, and they automatically think sex, and that's not what it's all about. It's not just about sex. It's about their whole identity as a person. So it's not just about the sexual part. So when you
Kelly brings up a great question.
Yeah. Opinion
on furries. Kids who think they are animals.
Kids who think they are animals.
Yeah, furries is a thing.
I've only heard of furries being an adult thing where people dress up like in mascot costumes and stuff.
Like everything else, kids could do it too. I mean, you got a 12-year-old being like, I'm a.
Yeah, kids have imaginations. But if a kid, again, that's not my business. It's a conversation. If a kid thinks whatever they're thinking, well, it's the parent's job to sit there and sit them down and go, well, why do you, talk about it with them? Maybe it's just their imagination. They're playing, a kid thinks he's an astronaut. Is he really an astronaut? But it's up to the parents to decide how serious of a thing this is. If the kid's really a 1,000,000% sure that they're an animal, then that's, again, it's the parent's job to parent that. If the kid thinks, if it's a boy, it thinks they're really a girl, it's the parent's job and the doctor's job to address that. It's not my job and it's not your job. So
I think, if we could all talk like adults, I think it's so much more of a common thing to have gender identity be an issue, because that's more common. I think it's more acceptable and it's easy to understand. Somebody to be like, oh, I'm a dog. There's not a lot of that rolling around here, so it's kind of like
not a lot of that. I feel like that's a like an extreme counter example of people going, well, where does it end? It ends when the person is happy with who they are. That's where it ends.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with you.
All right, Frank.
Yes. Okay. Big announcement. Let's get onto something a little lighter, a very light subject.
Before kill Frank, go ahead. Just kidding.
Why would you kill me? Making good points. This right here, what I'm holding, is a novel written by my very own wife, Erin. It's called Oval. Yes, it is spelled incorrectly, but that is part of the story. Here it is. It is being published, and I'm very proud of Erin. It took her a while to get this thing into print, to complete it, and she's done it. Very proud of her. And here it is, ready to go as of tomorrow, June 1st.
Yes, that is worthy of applause. Yes. Frank told me that his wife wrote a book last week, and I was like, no, she didn't. And then he held that up, and I was like, that's a novel. Like,
I can't wait to read it. You guys probably won't read it, but I'll read it.
Well,
I've read it. I've read it 2 or 3 times.
Don't make me feel bad about it.
What?
Yeah, I was there for a lot of the editing, and yeah, this was all written by Erin, and this is her baby. This is her story. But I have read it already, and it is wonderful. It's a great read. It's fiction, and it's about a group of kids from when they're young till about it follows their lives till when they're in their like about late 30s ish. And it's just a group of kids that their lives intertwine, and and they go in and out of touch, and how they interact with the world and each other and stuff like that. So it is on sale starting June 1st, tomorrow, and we have a bunch of some different things that we're going to talk about. So.
Yeah. All right. So, let's start with this. I don't even know how long this took, but Frank hit me with this last week, and I was just blown. In fact, just before we had started last Wednesday's podcast, and I was terrible that whole episode because I couldn't fathom the fact that your wife, somebody I know, wrote a 600-page novel.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a good summer read. It is. Let's see. I'll give you the exact number.
That's
of
impressive,
pages.
dude. In 18 years of schooling, I don't even know if I wrote 150 pages of anything.
It is 669 pages. So you
Damn.
get your money's worth.
69. I see what you did there.
Right? That's done on purpose. You get your money's worth on this one. It is a good read. And it's a lot of conversation. It's a lot of interaction between everybody and all the characters. And
What chapter in the book do the subjects start a podcast? Is that
that's toward the
Ooh.
middle, and is
now? I want everybody to know that I have not read this. Janine, you have not read. Like, we can't even get our hands on this.
Nope.
That's
you
how
have
hot
not read it yet. This is a hot item.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I find even a paragraph that somewhat resembles my life, I'm getting a lawyer and I'm going to sue you.
There might be a paragraph in there, but we're not using your name.
If there's
What about me? What about me?
If there's a character in this book that doesn't like his penis resting on his balls, I am going to be beside myself.
I will be beside myself as well.
Is there a character in this book that likes to sleep with homeless older men?
I mean, there are a lot of characters in the book, and what you add to it is your own doing. So if you want to make one of these characters
Me?
that if you want to say that they like to sleep with homeless men, older men, then that's on you. But that's not what this book is about. No.
All right, now this is
politics. Yeah, look, Erin is writing in the chat. The author herself is in the chat. No politics, no hot topic issues. She promises. It's just a very lighthearted book about a group of kids that grow up and their lives intertwine and what happens to them, relationships and things like that. It's very, very light. It's not a heavy topic book.
Lots of congratulations coming in. TD Freelancer.
I can't wait.
Eni, D, Christine.
Yes, these.
Paul, everybody, with lots of applause. This is very, very nice. Kelly.
No, Paul, it is not banned in Florida yet. No.
Is it banned in Florida yet? Robin says signed copies for the table. Let's all get some signed copies going. That'd be nice.
So speaking of that,
congrats to your wife, Frank. Aussie Annie says you're a bloody legend.
Thank you, Aussie Annie. Appreciate
That's
it, everybody.
Really nice.
Such positive comments in the comments.
Yes,
section. Appreciate that.
Lots of positivity, which is just great. And again, the book comes out June 1st. So depending on when you're watching or listening to the podcast, the book is out everywhere June 1st. There's links in the description, of course. I'm going to put the link in the live chat for everybody now. You might be able to grab it right now. Don't. Wait till Thursday, June 1st, please. If you want to support Erin and support us. And I can't believe I know somebody who wrote a book. Like, the only other great accomplishment of somebody I know was completely obliterating their HR department and getting fired. Like, that's it. That's the greatest accomplishment our group has ever had. And now we have,
folks.
Now there's a book writer.
Now we have an author.
Forget the both of you. We have a novelist. Okay,
novelist. Yes.
I am clearly the only one who looked that up because you guys went with writer and author.
Well, you listened to a Billy Joel song. We get it. You're a real estate novelist.
God.
Okay. But yes, again, we want to encourage everyone. If we would love for you to purchase this book. We have the link in the description. June 1st would be the day that we would want you to buy it. So that's tomorrow, June 1st, Thursday, June 1st. And
What day is it for in Australia for Oceania? So
I'm
she
not
knows.
sure.
We don't
Whatever
wanna
June
screw
1st
anything up.
is for you.
All right. Or June 2nd. Let's be
Or June
honest. Well,
2nd, yes. Thursday or Friday.
let's explain why. Because there's no mystery here.
Yeah.
When you buy a book, and a lot of sales happen on one day. It's like an opening weekend for a movie. It's a bigger deal. So if you sell like 50,000 copies over the course of 3 months, that's great. But if you can get like 30,000 of those copies in the first, release days, it's even better because then it makes it onto lists, and that helps the sales later on down the road and everything else. So if you guys find it in your heart, I don't know how much the book is. It doesn't matter. It comes out to like 4 cents a page. Okay. It's good. It's a good value. So if you can purchase it within June 1st or June 2nd, and we're going to throw in some extras to help encourage that, which is really great.
Right. So what we're going to do is if you purchase the book on June 1st or 2nd, we are going to give you a video, a personalized thank you video from Erin, the author, and your choice of AOA host, Anthony, myself, or Jay Sabs. We will send you a personalized, specific to you, thank you video. That's June 1st or 2nd if you buy it.
Has already turned into a vicious competition between the three of us because we're already panicking on who's going to get selected for the most videos.
So we're going to do that. If you purchase it anytime in the month of June, we're going to give you a signed, autographed thank you letter signed by the three of us and author Erin. Okay, so anytime in June. So the only way to prove that you bought it in June or by the 1st and 2nd is just email us. You go to anthonyonair.com, email us a photo of the receipt. That's all. And if it says June 1st or 2nd, we'll do the video for you. Just tell us what you want us to, if there's any special message you want us to put in there. Great. If you purchase it after June 2nd and anytime in the month of June, show us that receipt and you'll get a signed, autographed thank you letter from us. Woo! Okay. So there you go. Oval, a novel. So it's written by Erin C. herself.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Right. So good luck. Go buy that starting June 1st and 2nd.
Yes. And then, like Frankie said, screenshot it. You send us an email. The email's on the screen below. It's also on our website. We'll send you some of that stuff. Personalized video with Erin and a podcast host of your choice. You purchase in June, you get a signed thank you note by the whole team. And we're going to throw in exclusive one-time only AOA stickers into the mix as well.
Ooh.
Which is really great. Now, if you buy 5 copies of the book, Janine will blow you. That's huge.
You see that? That's fantastic.
I thought we were just sending pictures of my feet.
That is wonderful of you.
If you buy 10 copies of the book, Frank will blow you. So that's really the incentive.
See, that's
that you really want to get 10
Actually,
copies.
Frank will send tucking videos to everyone in that.
I'll teach everybody how it's done. That's the goal.
He's the master.
That's fine.
Did you give us I know you said it's about the kids, but give us a little something.
Okay, there's a group of kids that grow up around this island. How
long?
Was it long?
No. It's not long.
Is it Staten-like?
It's not Staten-like.
All right, then I'm going to read it because I can't stay in either of those areas.
So what happens? It's a group of kids. They live in New Jersey, and their backyard is basically a dock and a lake, and there's an island that they all kind of play on, and it's like their island, and this whole story basically it brings them back and forth to that island and to that location, and they go out, they go to college, they go to all these different locations, and they live their lives, but they interact, they meet new people, and they come in and out of each other's lives, and it's really like a slice of life kind of story where everybody
come in and out of each other. This is
right. It's very dirty.
Yeah.
But we would say, there are some sexual scenes in here.
Hey,
Not a lot, but
I can't wait to read this.
Heads up. There's a little bit of
enough
that.
to keep our interest. Am I right, Frankie C?
Exactly. There's a little bit of that. They just have a shared history. It's a group of children. I'll read you, if you want me, I can read you the back of the book, the little description. How?
Read me the back of the book. Hold on. We got a question here from Beat My Drum. Janine will blow women too? Yes. We just went to this. We're not going to discriminate. We have
discrimination.
An executive vice president of diversity, equity, inclusion, and blowjobs. So we're going to make sure that's equal across the board.
Covering all bases here.
Yeah.
All right, just so anybody...
Well, I'm sorry, Frank. Hold on. Let me stop you there. And again, don't forget, it's really Frank who you want to aim for. So go get 10 copies of the book.
10 copies.
And
so
get the superior blowjob. In
case anybody is thinking of that Anthony is serious about any of these blowjob things, when it's not true. Don't hold us liable to that.
Dead serious.
Not serious.
I'll send feet pictures.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's something.
I will do that. If there's someone who wants it.
Well, whose feet are we talking? Your feet or someone else's feet?
My feet.
Oh, okay. We got to be specific.
Mm-hmm.
What was funny is we were joking around about sending nude pictures of Janine, Erin, and my wife. This is what we were joking about.
We were thinking about doing an AOA calendar.
And then you said AOA calendar, and then you said exactly what the joke I was going to make was it should just be close-ups of buttholes.
Buttholes. It's a butthole calendar.
I don't know why I found that so funny because it's very disturbing, but
why not?
I would definitely do that. What?
Hey-oh.
Who wouldn't? I mean, I would never pose nude ever, but if you want to take a close-up of my asshole, I don't know why I'm more inclined to do that.
Prove it's my asshole. You can't prove it.
You can't prove it. You can't pick an ass. Opinion assholes are like opinions. Everybody has.
Try picking someone's asshole out of an asshole lineup.
You can't.
I don't think you could do it.
I think I could pick my husband's.
That's disturbing.
Do you have to identify by how well your hand sticks? Only if you could stick your finger up it and going up the stairs. Is that how you can tell?
Right.
Going up the stairs.
Yeah, Janine is definitely the wife who does that as the husband's going up. Her poor fucking roommate. She's definitely that person. I know it for sure.
Raven has a good idea. Signed Frankie Minaj pics.
Oh,
that's something.
I'm going to go ahead and say 20 copies for a signed Frankie Minaj pic because you can't even find that on the internet today.
That is rare.
And I will send my feet pictures.
And feet pictures. So if you buy 20 copies of the book, signed Frankie Minaj pics and pictures of Janine's feet.
This is it's getting out of control. Don't take anything he's saying seriously about the blowjobs, the Minaj.
No, this is for real. This one will do.
Those aren't happening.
This will do for sure. If you buy 20 books, you will get a signed copy of Frankie Minaj pics. You will get a picture of Janine's feet, and in between her toes, Janine will be holding a small photograph of my asshole. So that is 20 books. That is a steal. That's a fucking
bargain.
Steal.
That's a bargain at twice the price.
Janine, are you okay holding a Polaroid of my asshole?
I have no problem.
Okay.
No problem with it.
All right.
I volunteer to not take that picture.
No, her roommate's got to take that picture, but
my roommate's got to
take my picture.
Okay.
Yeah,
my roommate's going to take that picture?
Cuddles will take the picture of my or Janine's husband, either one, whoever's closer at the time.
You're comfortable with a Polaroid of your ass being out there somewhere.
It's just an asshole. Everyone has one.
I guess so.
All right, now that we have the 20 book level, Frank, now Raven said Ant needs to do a Costanza couch pose. I will not. I love your wife, but I won't.
The key word is classy.
Would you do that for a 50 book purchase?
Yes.
That's amazing.
If someone buys 50 books, I will do a Costanza couch pose.
All right. I hate to do this because you're going to get mad at me, but now we have to do it. This was not planned.
Oh, no.
I know what.
You know what I'm going to say.
I don't know what's happening. I'm not whipping it out.
No, nobody wants to see your penis. I don't know why your wife wants to.
I don't know what the next step is after a Costanza couch pose.
Janine, go ahead. Tell him. I just thought of it.
I'm sorry. You said 50 books?
50 books for Costanza couch pose.
50 books for Costanza. I'm thinking 100 books for the next one.
$100 for Frank wearing a MAGA hat.
That's it. You knew it. I mean, it was so obvious. I can't believe Frank didn't see it coming.
How did I not see that coming?
We finally found
And-
something
by Achilles heel.
meaningful enough for Frank to eat. Look, he's contemplating it. We don't have to.
and tuck underwear.
I got no problem. I'll wear the tuck underwear. I don't know about the.
Why?
Oh boy!
You rather wear tuck? You rather damage your cock than wear a MAGA hat.
My wife just walked in and went like this. Nope, don't do it.
For $100.
She said
Yeah,
not
she
worth
would
it.
do it.
No,
$200.
She just walked in. She just walked in and said, "Don't do it."
$200.
What do you think? $200, hon. Aaron, $200. Nope. She said no.
Wow, she really loves you. She came to your rescue just now.
You can't put a price on someone's soul.
$300? I feel like we can. I feel like we're trying to make this bestseller list. I think we can.
I feel like there's a number.
Yeah.
There's a number that's out there.
Yeah. No, don't do it, because we have a friend who's got a little extra cash, and we'll definitely buy all those books and make you do it.
That's true. That's that's funny. You will. But no, it's so again, the real deal, the real offer is no blowjobs, no feet pictures. I don't think that's ever happening. The real
the
deal.
Costanza idea for $50.
Costanza,
I think that's pretty good.
But $50. I mean, if you're buying $50, that's great. I love it.
It'll be tasteful.
It
like
will
you
be
said.
tasteful. I'll do it if someone literally buys 50 copies of this book and shows us the receipt that they bought that and doesn't return it and doesn't buy it and then return it. Then yeah, I'll do the Costanza book.
Look at him, folks. There's a man who loves his wife. That's a supportive husband.
Totally do it. But the real true offer is if you buy the book June 1st or 2nd, one book, which is one copy. You buy the book, you'll get a personalized video of Erin, the author, saying thank you, and one of a choice of your Anthony on Air host.
Now, do I have to show my butthole in the video?
You don't have to, but who's going to stop you?
We'll get some drinks and we'll see how it goes.
We'll see what happens.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Play it by ear. So that's if you buy it on June 1st or 2nd. If you buy one copy at any point in June, you show us the receipt, and you will get a personalized and thank you letter. I mean an autographed thank you letter from the three of us. Four of us. I'm sorry, Erin, the author, my wife, me, Anthony, and J Saps.
All right, Frank, this is very exciting. This is thrilling to see the community rallying around this. If you buy $150, you will get an exclusive Lower Manhattan GloryHole tour with Uncle GloryHole. That's tremendous.
That is, wow. That's rare.
That's big.
I mean, to get a tour from Uncle GloryHole himself.
These are not just average glory holes. These are the creme de la creme of glory holes in Manhattan.
These are frequented by none other than Uncle GloryHole.
Mm-hmm. And
we're talking about the best.
His whole posse. I don't know if he has a posse, but I feel like he should.
He should.
You'd want Uncle GloryHole to have a posse.
Right.
With him.
So Uncle GloryHole, maybe 150 books. I'll throw in some smoked paprika as well.
Oh, that's nice. You know, as we're joking about this, I swear I'm thinking we should have bought a couple of sink thingies and thrown in some sink thingies.
I don't know if I can afford more than the two they gave me.
Yeah. I don't know if they sell those anymore.
Still sell them.
Yeah, I feel like they found some sort of weird contaminant in the plastic.
Probably. It probably causes you to grow a second head or something.
Yeah. Oh, here. See, Erin, see. This is why she's a good writer. It'll be the Uncle GloryHole book club selection. There you go.
You got a gene pick?
You got gene picks.
I love it.
That's
Uncle
great.
GloryHole. This has the Uncle GloryHole stamp of approval.
It sure does. Surprise of approval is what I like to call it.
Yes.
You were going to read us a description. Give us the back of it. Give us the old.
Okay.
The backaroo.
On the back of the book, it has a little description of sort of the meaning without going into too much detail of the word oval, O-V-E-L, it has like, it says, so the origins, of the friendship of 7 children, the versus stance they eventually must take against each other, the evolving they do to see things clearly, and the lasting impact that endures for decades. That's OVEL. So within this book, there are 4 sections, let's say. So as you're reading it, you're reading origins, and then you get to a certain point in the book, you get to verses. It's another section of the book. Then you get to evolving, and then you get to lasting. Okay? So here's the full description on the back. A group of children make an island their playground. They name it Oval, not knowing at the time that this is only the first place they will collide. Despite their attempts at moving on from their connecting backyards in New Jersey, their paths crisscross for decades. Despite believing that they are carving their own paths into adulthood, their shared history continues to influence more than they could ever have ever experienced. Sorry, there you go. There it is. There's the back. If you want to pause it and read it yourself, there's the back of the book.
I have so many questions, and
the author of the description.
I'm not going to ask them now because I think you and Aaron are going to do something in the future, right? About
what?
Like talking more a little in depth of the book, or doing a little bit more on the book itself or the story, right?
If you want, yeah. I mean, Aaron, we're actually, now that the book is being launched tomorrow, June 1st, it goes on sale. You could, we're thinking of going to book readings and libraries and things like that, doing sort of a tour for Erin to showcase her book. So in terms of more of a description, I mean, if anybody wants Erin to come on, maybe read a section or something,
I would love that. Yeah, I would love that. I mean, I would love like a little teasy, a little snippet.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned this. I don't think I did. The book is not only available a hard copy like this that you can physically hold, it's also available in the Kindle version. So it's available as an online, digital copy you can buy as well at the Amazon link. So there's a digital version, and you could buy the Erin in the chat, the author herself. But yes, Q&A if people want. So if anybody wants a little Q&A about the book, about the author, anything you want to know.
Yeah, well, you want to know what I think? I think we should do a little tease like with you guys, or just like give it a little more in depth on the story. Maybe read a couple, or read a passage or something, and then I think after it's been out for a while, we should do like a book club discussion, like a real talk about.
Yeah, we could talk about it.
Because I'm going to be in there like this. The Anthony character should have been in it more. I don't know who the Anthony character is right now, but
the Anthony character gets killed off in the first 10 days. I got to be honest with you. Anthony does not last long in this.
I'm just going to latch onto one of the characters and pretend like it's about me.
Like that's me. That's totally me.
Whoever the fucking coolest guy is, that that's who I'm going to fucking go for. So this is exciting. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff there. And of course, like we said, we'll throw in some personal videos if you buy it on June 1st or 2nd. There'll be some notes if you buy it. We'll write a personal thank you notes if you write it in the month of June, and we'll throw in some AOA stickers. Just send your receipts of the purchase over to mdchmedia@gmail.com. That's mdchmedia@gmail.com. I don't know if, by the way, Frank might not have all the answers to this, because they were in the middle of launching it, everything. Is it available in Britain, Vanessa? I just tweeted a link for it. Click on it and see. I'm pretty sure you could buy it anywhere, right?
I mean, if it's on Amazon, Amazon prints it, Amazon sells it. So if Amazon delivers to you, I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. If you have access to Amazon in Britain, you should be able to.
Click on the link that I just put out there, Vanessa, and let us know that let us know if you could order it or not, if the option is there for you. But again, try not to order it yet. Wait until June 1st, June 2nd.
June 2nd.
cram in all the orders into that one little time slot. This way we can maximize on the
we want
list
the
ability.
clicks. Right. We want it to be the big boom to happen June 1st and 2nd. To
Yeah.
be perfectly honest.
Okay, because like I said, with movies, it's opening weekend. With books, it's making the bestseller lists, and you got to get all your sales in a small period of time.
Right. It's a weird thing with books. It's kind of like you said, it's like with movies. You want that opening weekend to be the big boom.
Yes, it's on Amazon, and I've saved it. Vanessa confirms. That's great.
Vanessa
Also,
Foster, thank you.
the novelist herself has said that we'll make sure to get it to everybody who wants one. So by hook or by crook.
Yeah, we'll get it to you. We'll get you a copy. It's available digitally if you can't get a physical. If you don't want to buy the physical, there's the digital copy. But the physical, nothing beats a physical. Hold the book in your hands, bring it to the beach.
Let's get physical.
Let's get physical.
That's what I said since the 80s.
Right.
Paul says Cuddles lives happily ever after. Does she die in that? Because that's how I'd write the book.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I can't reveal any
I was writing a book.
endings. Raven says you can order now. Yes, you can, but
don't
wait until June 1st, June 2nd, please.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Some people are listening to this for the first time on June 1st. So if it's June 1st,
if it's June 1st by you, by all means. But right now, Eastern time, can I give the time? It's 10:40 p.m. Eastern time. So another hour and 20 minutes, then go nuts. But technically, yes, the link is live and you could buy it now. But please, as a favor to us, if you wait till June 1st or 2nd, that would help us out.
Vanessa, I love a real book to hold. Me too. I read a lot of my books on my iPad. I fucking hate it.
You don't get that same.
Yeah, I love
the smell of the book and the pages.
I love it.
We're goofing around. How much you got? How much you've gone through?
Yeah, we're goofing around too. It's not about us at all. I mean, nor should it be. This is a fun podcast. It's not a good story.
Yeah, it's not about. No, it's not about. There are some mentions of Aaron does include some things in here for like the name of the bar is our dog's name. There's some personal touches in here.
Some Easter eggs.
Easter eggs, yes. So there are some things like that in here. And if you have any questions about that, we want to do a ask the author a question and answer kind of thing. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But, haven't read it myself. The chapters, how you read a book and chapters there's a lot of chapters and they're short, the chapters. So, you go through it. It doesn't feel like a big, I know it's 669 pages, but it goes by and it's a wonderful story. So, I highly recommend.
Rhonda, I love a good book I can hold and smell. Why do we love smelling books? I don't know what it is.
It's a great thing. That paper, that back, it's a wonderful thing. Books and vinyl. Yeah, I think they're coming back. Beat My Drum says books and vinyl, two bygones. One thing I could say, books and vinyl, just like any other fad, I feel like they're making a big comeback. Books and vinyl. Vinyl, you see bands nowadays making... the example I can give you is Metallica released not only their album on vinyl.
I didn't see this one coming. Jesus.
But also on cassette tape, which is weird. Books, I think books are making a big comeback. I know people get the Kindle and they like to read the books on the computer and on their laptops and whatever, but there's nothing, honestly, and this is not just, I'm not trying to just sell a book here, that there honestly is nothing like holding a book in your hand, I feel.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Personal opinion.
It's a good feeling to have. I love going to a bookstore too. I mean, I fucking love it. I don't know what it is about it, but just going into a bookstore and it's the most douchey lib thing you could probably think of other than putting transgender clothes at a Target. But
I love how books are a douchey lib thing.
you go to a fucking bookstore and
we
just
conservatives don't read books.
No, hell no, man. That's not America. But you just go get a coffee and sit in a bookstore and just read a little bit and just like enjoy the day. Like, oh my God. I love that idea.
It's like it's a nice escape. It's a nice story about a bunch of people that just grew up around each other and get along and they're friends and some fight, some fall out of friends. It's a good, following along the paths of these kids' lives, and then they grow up, and you get you get them in college, you get them as adults. Some have kids. It's a good slice of life kind of story.
I hate to say it, Frank, but this MAGA hat idea is really starting to catch some heat. I think people are loving the MAGA hat idea.
I don't know about that. My wife is against it. I'm against. I don't think that's going to happen.
Your support for each other sickens me. I just want you to know.
Thank you. We're very much on the same page with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Most things.
I'll tell you what. We got through 3 topics, and
we did, and it's
it's a.
Want to keep going? Want to run through.
Danny Masterson was convicted of. He got a retrial in his rape case. He was. They were deadlocked. 3, right? They were deadlocked in the first trial. He was guilty of 2 counts in the second trial. Again, like Ghislaine, he walks out of the courtroom like he wasn't just.
Yeah, like he wasn't just convicted of something
guilty.
Ridiculously heinous.
It's so fucking strange.
Yeah.
Al Pacino.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Real quick, Danny Masterson. From what I understand, he can face up to 30 years. So if that's what they sentence him to, 30 years in jail, he might be looking at.
Some about this book by its cover, you can criticize me. Feels like he did it.
Yeah, no. Well, he was found guilty. It's over.
I don't know. I remember reading some of this a long time ago. I haven't read any of it in a while. I didn't look at the court case or anything. Criticize me all you want. It just feels just by his face he's guilty. Al Pacino, was he 82? He's got a kid on the way.
83.
83. Dear Lord.
From what I understand, this was not a planned pregnancy. By the way,
when are they ever?
Especially since I don't think they are together anymore.
Was that right? I didn't know that.
From what I understand, maybe I'm wrong. I could be misquoting here.
His girlfriend is no. Oh no, I think it says girlfriend Noor Al-Fala. Great name.
I don't know if they're together. I'll look it up. But I thought they broke up. But let me see.
With his girl, the 29-year-old. She's 29. He's 83.
Right, she is 29, especially with girlfriend. But a lot of these articles, he's 83, set to become a father again. I thought they broke up. I could be wrong.
Well, all right, while you look that up, I'll tell you the weirdest part about this for me. She used to date Mick Jagger before she dated Al Pacino.
She has like a J-Sabs kind of thing.
Somebody's got grandpa issues, you know?
Dating the old guy.
It feels a little strange. It feels like you want to ask somebody like this, are you okay? What happened when you were 14?
You know what's very weird? He has a daughter that's 33. And his girlfriend is 29.
Can you fault him, though? I mean, if anybody's paying attention to you at 83, you're probably going to just go along with it.
I guess. I mean, but I don't know.
It weirds me out more that when a 50-year-old is dating a 23-year-old than it is an 83-year-old dating a 29-year-old. Because at 83, it's just like, okay, whoever's going to tolerate me is fine.
Yeah,
it's perfectly acceptable.
I mean, was it his nurse?
Whoever's going to change my diaper, exactly.
Yeah, was she his nurse, and that's how they met? It was a Florence Nightingale type of thing.
But don't you find it weird that and this is not just a woman thing, because guys too, these people who are not famous, serial dating famous people, like Mick Jagger and Al Pacino are 2 of the apex of their professions.
Right.
She's had both of them.
How is she getting from one to and that's just the ones we know about.
Yeah. I mean, it really makes you think this is some club that we are all not invited to.
She's got to be maybe like some model or something.
No, I'm sure she's gorgeous, but...
no, but I mean like a model in the sense that she's around
all these industry types. Yeah, maybe. But I'll tell you what the thing is with Pacino here. He just doesn't care. I mean, I honestly don't blame him. Like, I used to think it was weird, but when you're this wealthy and at that age, you're just because everybody immediately gets shocked and goes, well, he's not going to make it to the kid's high school graduation. And I'm sure he's sitting there thinking, "This is shit. I don't have to go to the fucking high school graduation. I'll be dead. Who cares?"
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Al, I'm pregnant. Well, honestly, it seems like your problem. You know, I'll cut you a check and we'll see what happens.
I'll buy you all the diapers you want.
I'm gonna be dead soon.
Yeah, I could give two shits.
Yeah,
I'll be there. I'll hold the kid. I'll feed the kid the bottle. I gotta tell you, if I make it to the graduation, that's gonna be a hell of a thing. I'll be 100 years old.
that'll be a miracle.
He'll be literally 101 when
Oddly
the kid
enough,
graduates high school.
Frank, this is a high risk pregnancy for him.
For him, I can't. I mean, she's 8 months along. He's 83. You just crack yourself up.
I don't know if you're gonna live through this pregnancy. Oh God, doctor. No, I was talking to your husband.
He might not make it through, but you never know.
Oh shit.
Who's gonna be his godfather?
Oh great. It's gotta be. You gotta ask De Niro. I mean, that's fucked up.
Who's godfather of the other three?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Who's godfather to the godfather's kid?
I don't know. Can't ask James Caan. He ain't around anymore. That would have been nice.
No Marlon Brando. I guess it's got to be De Niro. You
Technically,
can't ask-
Andy Garcia. Isn't that where we left off? Wasn't he the?
Yeah, I mean, everybody else I think is gone.
Hmm.
Yeah, that sucks.
What a
Can't ask
shame.
Fredo. Fredo died a long time ago.
Yeah, you can't trust him with anything anyway.
No,
He's an idiot.
right.
Well,
Oh, you
Uncle.
can ask, what's her name?
Who?
Keaton, Diane Keaton, to be the godmother.
Oh, Diane Keaton would be nice.
Yeah.
I gotta say something about Diane Keaton. I don't know how old she is. I feel like she's got another 30, 40 years left in her. She's a fountain of youth, that one.
She's a dynamo.
She looks great. She's
Wow.
young and,
Lithe.
Uncle Glory Hole severely injured himself in what I could only describe as a horrific Glory Hole accident.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what part of the Uncle Glory hole was injured.
His knee.
Okay.
And I told him, you don't have to put your whole lower half in through the hole. That's the thing. Only certain parts go in through it.
Right.
Now, he tells me he injured himself walking down the stairs, but we all know. I mean,
Walking down the stairs. Is that a move we're not aware of?
that's what I asked.
Is that,
I was like, what's that
is that
code
a term
for?
for something? Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly. Come around back. I'll walk you down the stairs. I don't know if that's a thing.
So, needless to say, poor Uncle Glory Hole is on the mend right now. He's hurting pretty bad.
All our love, Uncle Glory Hole. We wish
Yeah.
you speedy recovery.
Well, my wife is hurting from a foot injury, doing not Glory Hole related.
So should I start calling you Nancy Kerrigan or Tanya Harding?
Are you
What are you
blaming
doing to
this
these
on me?
people?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
your
know.
whole family's getting their knees knocked out and their legs. What's happening to you?
We're one more person away from getting a big discount on braces. I'll tell you that right now, because we got knee
You got
braces,
the punch card?
ankle braces. Yeah, one more. We get a free elbow brace. It's going to be fucking great.
That's good. All right.
Very exciting times.
Uncle Glory Hole and poor Cuddles.
But here's the thing with Uncle Glory Hole. Cuddles, too. Cuddles waited like 2 weeks before she's like, I think I need to see a doctor about this.
Well, you don't know. Sometimes you don't know if it's broken or not.
Poor Uncle Glory Hole was in horrible pain. They called the paramedics, and he goes, all right, I'll make an appointment. Don't take me to the emergency room. I'll make an appointment.
The paramedics told him, hey, listen, something's wrong here.
Well, he lives in Manhattan, so there's a lot of stairs where he is. And he did have a good point. He's like, if you take me to the emergency room, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it back up to the apartment.
There's no elevator?
There's no elevator. He's in a walk-up. He's old school, man.
That's brutal.
He is fucking old
I feel
school.
like these old walk-ups they have in Manhattan, throw an elevator on the back of the building. Do something.
I mean,
do that?
you'd think so. There's not. I mean, and he lives like on. I can't say where, but he's like on the water. So like, out his window is you just see
That's nice.
the water.
That's beautiful.
That's where most of these places without the big fancy frills are. They're in like sweet
All right.
spots.
I get that, but you can't. I mean, I'm sure there's a 6x6 area that you could attach to the building. A quick little, a friggin' elevator that you can, just a person size elevator. You don't have to. I'm not saying like it's for couches or anything, but something for people to go up.
It's a good point.
Or, Vanessa says a stair lift. Get them the old one of those stair glide things.
We're gonna have. I'm gonna get him one of those I've fallen and I can't get up
Yeah.
buttons because that's kind of where he's at right now.
Those are something.
Yeah,
That's a thing.
yeah. And just so everybody knows, he didn't hurt himself in a glory hole. It was a gardening accident.
It was a glory. You don't have to make something up.
He was coming off the roof gardening and fucking took an. He was all excited about his eggplant and fucking tomatoes. Missed the last step.
Oh, I hate that.
I get it. It's an exciting time. We could fucking plant everything. I do the same thing. I think to
Especially
myself,
Manhattan. You got a garden in Manhattan?
yeah.
Good for you.
Well, he's doing all right for himself. He's doing okay.
That's
But he's
nice.
a subscriber though, so I can't complain. You know, he's a member.
Once he unsubscribes, then we could rip him apart.
Yeah. I mean, he's not at the top level where he should be, but he's spending all his money on veggies and shit like that.
It's only family. That's fine. He's got medical bills to pay now.
Yeah, but I know I get excited too when I go, oh, I'm gonna plant this, and in 6 months from now I'll have 2.5 tomatoes. I can't wait. It's gonna be fucking great.
What's funny? I go on Amazon every now and then, and just to browse around or whatever, or I see ads on like Facebook or something for like these gardening sections, like it's wood, like from Home Depot or something, like hundreds of dollars. And I look
like
at
a garden bed.
A garden, yeah, like right. And it's like a box that's on like stilts and stuff, and I look at that would be great to grow my own this or that, tomatoes, peppers, whatever the hell. And I go, I'm never gonna fucking water this or take care of this thing at all. It's just never gonna happen. I just exit out and I go, that was depressing. It's a nice thought. It's a nice thought to think I'll be a gardener.
It is a nice thought. You know what's weird? And I have like a backyard area, but I bought those because I have turkeys. And
so they can't reach it?
They can't reach it. If they're on the ground, they'll fucking pick the shit out of that stuff. I can't. Last year we had
put one of them fences around it.
We should, but last year we had a strawberry plant that we just left on the ground because there was like no room for it. I think we got a half a strawberry the whole year. They just ate the fucking shit out of it.
All right, so you fed the turkeys. That's nice of you.
Yeah, we're feeding the turkeys. What are you gonna do?
What do they do during the winter? Are they hibernating somewhere?
Yeah. They're mostly on dining room tables around
I see.
November, but other than that, I can't even talk about Succession. Can I give you the spoiler? I mean, I'm fucking so upset with Succession. I can't.
I literally know nothing about Succession. I've never watched a second of it.
Well, you want to hear I'll give you this crazy nugget. One of the characters for like 2.5 minutes in the show wore a shirt, like just a random odd like 70s kind of one of those. It was like a blue shirt and then it had like 2 stripes on the shoulders, kind of.
Okay.
Like weird, like 70s style shirt. He wore that in the show for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It struck a chord with for whatever reason.
It went viral
On Walmart and Target. So even people were like, oh, I know they're grooming kids, but I'm going to buy a shirt anyway. It's fucking sold out. The shirt's gone. Wow. The shirt is all from this guy wearing the shirt. And Frank, it's the most random ass.
I got to look this shirt up. So if I just put Succession shirt.
If you put Succession shirt in the thing, it'll come up immediately because it's a crazy story. Like,
see, I see a lot of T-shirts about Succession.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put it up on it. Look, it's like it looks like a.
Oh, I see it. It's a T-shirt with. Oh, what's his name wore? He's that's what's
Kieran
his name?
Culkin.
Kieran Culkin. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got 2 random stripes on it, and the fucking for whatever reason, people went searching Sunday night. By like Monday, you couldn't find this shirt anywhere.
Yeah, there it is.
$13 a piece. It was gone from Target and Walmart everywhere. Can't find it.
It's not a bad looking shirt. Can I show it?
No, you can show it. Yeah, it ain't a bad looking shirt. It's just random. It's just completely randomly odd that people were like, and like it's not like it's like that's the whatever shirt. You like how would you even describe that to go fucking find it? It's so random.
Yeah, and of all the, I'm sure there are plenty of outfits in the show. Of all the outfits to pick, just this random T-shirt.
Yeah,
I guess because it's probably the simplest one. Everybody's wearing suits and dresses and crazy outfits. This is just a T-shirt.
Yeah, it is a lot of suits and dresses and pantsuits and shit like that. That's true.
This is probably the least expensive, simplest that everybody can go out and get.
They say 2.9 million people watch the series finale. It's like 300 and There's 350 million people in this country. That's practically nobody. That's not even a decent hit in Manhattan.
Yeah, that is less than 1% of America. So 2.9 million.
But it's a huge victory for them, and for whatever reason, they fucking moved some shirts.
Hey, if 2.9 million people watched this show, I'd be very happy.
That's true. Spoiler alert. Just like that. We'll give everybody a moment to.
Well, I don't know. Is it a spoiler? Because it's out there. It's news. I mean,
it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I was on TikTok. I wasn't even on TikTok. I'm sorry. I'm on Twitter. This is a new thing now. People are putting their TikToks on Twitter. Fucking stop. I mean, I know we do that, but stop. We
fucking stop. I mean, we do it, but stop.
The way we do it is we put a link to our TikTok. That's okay, because then I have to click on it.
So your gripe is just how it's done, not that it's done.
When they upload the video to Twitter and it just starts playing, that annoys the shit out of me, because that's not what Twitter is for.
Apparently it is.
This prick fucking, he goes, oh, here's this. Now he said, I don't want to say what it is.
I hate that. Yeah.
But he said something that in no way, shape, or form, he didn't say what the movie was. He was referencing like an old movie.
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh, look, what is this? And I start watching. And then he mentions the new movie. And I'm like, you fuck. And I'm telling you, I'll tell you after the movie comes out or after you see it. I'll tell you what it is. Remind me. But maybe might be the greatest fucking cameo of all time. And if I find out that it's real, because I don't know if it's real, I will go and strangle this fucking basement dwelling loser if he fucking spoiled this for me.
I fucking hate that. I was unrelated article, unrelated subject on Twitter. I don't even remember what it was, but someone was commenting and said, you know what? This has pissed me off so much. Here's a spoiler for blah, blah, blah movie. This person dies. I'm like, what?
Dickheads.
You I mean, I don't know if it's true. I'm not going to say what movie it is. Could be a movie from the past, movie from whatever. It could be famous, could be not so famous. I'm not going to say what movie it is. But they just spoiled the movie for me. I've never seen it. And I was like, what you piece of crap. Why would you do that? What, for likes? Big fucking deal. You got 10 likes. Congratulations. That spoilers are in my pet peeve, and I cannot take it.
I hate
it. Why would
I feel like we talk about give plenty of fair warning, so for people who don't give a shit, they can find out what's going on. But when you just described, you're just being a dick.
Stop with the spoilers. What is the point of that?
Let me correct that. You're not being a dick. You're being an improperly tucked dick.
An uncomfortably positioned wiener.
Yes, thank you. The spoiler for Just Like That, I feel like most people are going to see it coming. Samantha's going to be in it.
There you go. Spoiler alert. Samantha said she's coming back. I guess they buried the hatchet, whatever the beef was between them.
Little money, baby. Little money, honey. Do it all. Yeah.
Frank, you are just babbling about the situation at Target. You say, I don't know.
No, we can't go back to this. We're wrapping up.
I'm not for sexualizing any children, by the way. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying LGBTQ community deserves highlighting and their own merchandise. That's all I'm saying. Moving on.
Oh shit! You know what pisses me off too, though? Like they held Samantha's appearance from the crew. Like she wasn't on the call sheet or nothing. Like as far as I understand,
filmed it already.
They like snuck her in. She filmed this like I don't even want to say it, but she. All right, I'm gonna say
banging someone.
No, I'll mute it again if you don't want to hear what I have to say. They snuck her in. She apparently films this cliffhanger for the end.
Yeah, man.
And it goes right out. And now all of a sudden it's fucking everywhere. Like, I mean, that's got to drive when you're hiding it from the crew and it still makes its way out there. That has got to drive you crazy.
Yeah.
as somebody who works hard and
I'd be
puts all
so
that shit.
pissed. Who the hell leaked this? I'd be like, there's only 5 people that should know about this. One of you fucking people said it. Who is it? You're fucking fired.
Want some fucking names.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for us. Hold that beautiful book up there, Frankie C. Frank's
There it
wife has written a book. It's called Oval. It is available June 1st, and we're asking everybody, if you can, to purchase a copy. Show Erin C some support. We're all buying a copy. I'm buying a copy. Carlos is buying a copy, or everybody's buying a copy. June 1st or June 2nd. Link in the description of this episode. It's in the live chat for everybody. Hold on to it. Purchase it on June 1st and 2nd. We're trying to get her up onto the bestseller list there for Amazon. That's hugely important. If you buy it on June 1st or June 2nd, we're going to send you a personalized video thank you from Erin and the AOA host of your choice, Frankie C, myself, or J Sabs. Anyone who buys it in the month of June altogether will write a thank you note to you, again, signed by the whole entire team. Both of those purchases get an AOA exclusive sticker. If you purchase, just send us a copy of your receipt to mdchmedia@gmail.com. That's mdchmedia@gmail.com. Appreciate everybody's support. See
Show
you
me
next time.
potato salad.